Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of 3 of our Hearts of Wulin Hack No Mercy, where I've taken the game, done a little bit of retrofitting and changes around it to make it run like a Karate Kid Cobra Kai love letter. I'm joined by my 4 players, who will briefly introduce themselves in a moment. We are playing on the Gauntlet, which means we're playing under the inclusivity policy. You can see that in the link to the video and on gauntletrpg.com. We are playing with safety and support tools. We have lines and veils in place, which we've reviewed, and we are playing with the X card and script change. We'll be closing down the game with stars and wishes, so you can see how we use that as well. We've just done the establishing starting move for Hearts of Wulin, where people have reviewed their entanglements and we've had a conversation and updated it. Some time has passed, so when we get the characters to introduce themselves, I'd like them to do just a sort of little montage scene of why their relationship may have changed in an 80s style. And then I'll do some establishing montage bits as well before we get into some karate action. So I'm going to go in reverse character keeper order tonight. I'm going to ask Madison Jones to introduce themselves and what they've been up to in the last couple of weeks.
Well, we see my room. I'm in bed. I've got a bunch of like Tony Hawk posters all over the walls and stuff like this and everything. Like I've got a thing going on where clearly like my feet are up on the pillow at the head of the bed and my head is like down where my feet would be because I've got an arm wrapped around a cat because like I wanted to because like that's the spot where my cat was when the when the alarm goes off. And whatever, like my my Bluetooth alarm that's plugged into my phone, it goes off, and it's I posted a link to this earlier when we were all getting enthusiastic about the game. It's The Warrior by Patti Smythe and Scandal, that like whoa, like right at the beginning of the song, and like her eyes come open, and through the course of the song she's into the it's like a fairly small, like a one-story ranch house in like a middle class, like working class neighborhood. She walks out into the I think she walks past Andy's door and just like bangs on it 3 times, boom, 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 to like wake him up, and then like goes into the kitchen, like opens the fridge, slugs some orange juice like right out of the container, like grabs a granola bar, like throws her pack over her shoulder, slips on that Letterman jacket that she wears, and grabs her skateboard, which is leaning down by the front of the door, and like skates off to school, earbuds in, kind of bopping along to the song and everything. Skates up to school, kicks the board up into her hand, looks over to see like Angelica talking, like hanging out with the smart girls and stuff, stares at her for a second, and there's that thing where like one of Angelica's friends like makes a face and says something to her, and Angelica turns to look at me, and that's where I just like kind of hold my board up on my shoulder and just go walking past her into the school, as the song fades out.
Awesome. And speaking of Angelica, played by Kieran, Angelica, what has Angelica been up to for the last few months?
Okay, imagine the moment.
Disastrous first romantic moment with Madison this time.
I just imagine the moment of like, as Madison walks past, you are jelly shot over to Angelica, and then she kind of close up on her face, and it hard cuts to her bedroom, one of the previous nights, and she's at work, She's studying really hard. It's a really aggressive bright light, and it's playing. There's like some like Handel or some Mozart playing. It's immediately like that kind of vibe. And you kind of pan over her shoulder and you realize in the middle of this big physics textbook she's reading, she's actually got a martial arts manual in there, and she's studying the martial arts. Just by knocking this door, and her mum, I think her mum was the rocket scientist, opens the door, and she slams the butch. And she said, "You should be asleep. You should be asleep, Angelica." And it's like, "Oh, mum, please, 10 more minutes." And she holds up the book, pointing at the astrophysics, and puts it down. And she sort of smiles quite kindly, very proud, and then leaves the room. And then Angelica's eyes sort of go over to what's it? Is it called a princess box? It's basically one of the boxes that open up, and inside the princess box you've got a little ballerina that starts spinning, which she then opens up, and inside there's a carefully small roll joint. The music changes from Mozart to something a bit more like it's Mozart now playing in minor key, and it's all slightly discordant. And she lights up, inhales, and tries not to cough. And then we hard cut back to watching Madison, and at the moment of like, I'm gonna ace this one day. I'm gonna ace this being a bad girl.
No, Madison's led Angelica astray. There'll be no ramifications for that whatsoever. Anderson, played by Erez. Where do we see Anderson, and what's he been up to for the last couple of months?
So you'd probably see a few scenes of him in the training sequences. Like, if you recall, Tommy trains the younger people, and you see him training, but you also see him learning Tommy, basically, and how he fights and everything about him, and he even makes notes. And then you go into the knock on the door, as he kind of half gets up, super tired. And he gets up, and when he gets to the school scene, you see the school is basically already empty. Everyone is in class because he's late. He has his hat on, and he just kind of walks like he owns the place, up the stairs, as if nothing's wrong ever for him.
Excellent. And William, we last saw you with Olivia being kind to you, and your prized possession, your Rolex watch, which had gone into the pool. What's William been up to in the last few months?
Right. Well, after he was humiliated by Tommy in the diving board battle, he hammered down a bunch of beers at that party, and he got increasingly loud and obnoxious. I mean, nobody started anything with him at the party, but the next day he has a hangover. All the kids in school, they're yelling things at him. He's kind of turned into a joke at the school, and you can see that his fuse is getting shorter and shorter. And he slams a kid into a locker, not noticing that Vice Principal Cartwright has just turned the corner. So, weeks detention. He misses weeks worth of lessons because, I mean, his lessons are right after school. So he gets back so when he finally gets back to class, Sensei has been giving Angelica twice as much attention because William's been out, and it's clear that Angelica is the new golden child at the dojo, and William is just, you can tell that he's pissed. He's on a short fuse since all of this has happened.
But I think as that sort of detention scene unfolds, what we also see is in detention as well is Olivia, who sort of passes a note to you and asks, "So what are you in for?" ? And
and like we're passing notes back and forth all week in detention, all weekend attention, and it's like I'm really paying a lot of attention to her now. I mean, she's still dating Tommy, but she's pretty sweet.
Yeah, she's kind. She's nice. What can go wrong? So let's cut for a moment to a scene in a 1980s action movie. What was Brock Hunter's breakout movie? And I'm gonna ask that of Angelica.
Of course, I mean, Angelica hasn't seen Brock Hunter's breakout movie herself, but she's obviously heard Tommy's watched it a lot, and Brock Hunter's was it was the man with the dragon punch, and it's a story about this man versus dragon action, and the twist is it plays out in the sewers of LA. So there's dragons down there, and Brock Hunter played Tony Punch, who went down those sewers and fought the dragon, and it burst up in the actual Chinese theatre in frankly incredible special effects period for the an incredible special effects piece for the period.
Yeah, and there's a clip from one of the songs in that music. They always play it at the All Valley Championship when someone from the Brock Hunter Academy goes up against the Crimson Dragon Dojo. It's annoying as hell.
Yeah. Cool. And what's his catchphrase? What does he always say in 80s action movie style, Madison?
Oh man!
If anyone wants to help and come in with a quip, I'm down with someone else.
Taste this.
Sorry.
Taste this.
Something
very lame, obviously. Taste this punch. Yes, taste this punch. Yes.
Taste this punch is. Oh no. Is this a party because I brought the punch?
Yes.
I hope this is a party. Yeah.
I hope this is a party because I brought the punch. Jesus, it's so terrible.
Just making a note of that. I think maybe like there's both, and I do like taste this, and he now sort of sells ready meals and protein shakes and does the karate, and his line taste this is always used. But we sort of cut out of that catback and we see just before that he sort of he hits the dragon monster and then grabs the blonde girl and says his punchline of taste this before kissing her. And then there is this moment where we see him in modern day in a sports car, roof down, hair blowing in the wind, driving down the strip with a young blonde woman. Brock Hunter is in town. At the same point in the 1980s, where do we find Frank Kim, the dojo of the sensei of the Crimson Dragon Dojo? Where do we find them, Anderson? Where would they have been at the same time? If anyone else wants to creep in with an idea, I'm happy to have that. But
can you ask again?
Where is the sensei of the Crimson Dragon Dojo, Frank Kim, in the same time frame back in the early 80s? Where would Frank have been?
Probably in real competitions. Actual, like, he knows what he's doing.
Right.
Probably winning a competition.
And I think maybe he was in the Olympics representing Korea.
Cool. So he's an Olympic hero in
Yeah.
Korea, anyway.
Yeah, I mean bronze medal, but still pretty impressive.
I'm gonna try. Not gonna try and take that away from them. And in
Because-
'84, is he in the U.S. or still in Korea, Madison?
The Olympics were in Los Angeles in 1984.
Oh wow! Thank you for that that moment of fact. So in '84,
Yes, yeah, that's very important information to this. Yeah, the Olympics were literally in LA in 1984, the Summer Olympics. So
I
yeah.
just wrote down 1984, but
Right.
that's cool. That's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah. He got a bunch of endorsement deals, and he decided to move to the U.S.
Cool. And when we flash to the modern day, where do we find Frank Kim on his Saturday morning? It's after class. He's not in the dojo, but let's establish something new about him. Angelica, where is Frank?
He's in an AA meeting. Because I've got, it's like, if he's got to be a reason why he's ended up in this small dojo he's running. So he's definitely someone who's kind of fell and gone through hard times. So a picture of him, like, and the shot would definitely be just him in AA and being quite quiet and respectful and doing the work. And he's been clean a long time.
Excellent.
That's what America did to him, basically. Made him an alcoholic.
No, he did it to himself. He accepts responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the road to recovery, one day at a time. So he's obviously got a well, that'd be 84. He's got a 20-year chip. Let's say 10 years. Awesome. So we see the doors to the Dragon Dojo open. This was a few weeks ago. And stepping in, we see Olivia, and she smiles at you, William. Doesn't really pay you, don't think the time of day, Angelica, but also sort of smiles and sort of heads over towards Tommy and bows to the sensei. Olivia has joined the Crimson Dragon Dojo. And well, Tommy's not in that dojo, actually. He's in the Brock Hunter Action Defense, isn't he? Yeah, sorry.
Trains me. Unless he's in both.
He's got a twin brother that Angelica didn't know about. Yeah, no.
Olivia's dating Tommy, yeah?
That's right.
Tommy doesn't know I'm doing karate, by the way, still.
Right.
Oh, that's right. So you're okay. I just reminded.
This is a big weird moment. Oh, shit, as well.
All right. Well, let's
And remember
that
Olivia was the sensei wouldn't teach her at the Brock Hunter Academy, so she might go to the Crimson Dragon Dojo.
That's exactly right. So that's why I was establishing there. So let's establish that scene. I think that's a good first scene as we see Olivia enter, and she says, and has got a little flyer and says, I'm here for the free class. I'd like to learn karate. And William, what's going through your mind at this present moment in time?
Well, first of all, I'm very confused because why isn't she studying at the Brock Hunter Academy? I mean, is she there because I'm here? I mean, we have been passing notes.
Oh, are you having an inner conflict there?
Maybe a bit of one, yeah. So, oh, by the way, do I get to uncheck my fire element because we had a montage in between?
Yeah, let's see.
Right.
Let's see,
okay.
yes.
So I'll.
Same for Anderson on your water if you want to.
Yeah. All right. So I will roll with metal. Just keeping control. And that is That is a 6. I'm going to burn one of my bonds with Tommy to make that a 7.
Okay. So you burn that bond on a 7 to 9. You must either flee the scene or mark an element. Do mark potential either way. So you've just unmarked one. So you.
Yeah, but I'll mark my medal.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to keep it cool, but I'm not entirely succeeding.
So Olivia knew that William was here, but didn't know about Angelica. So she waves and says, "Oh, hi, Angelica. I didn't know you were doing karate. How is Angelica feeling?"
Angelica's immediately thinking, can I pretend to not be Angelica? And Angelica, being a smart girl, decides, no. So, hello, Olivia. And she sort of panically runs through reasons why she might be here. Dressed in a fighting thing and having done martial arts in the window. Hi, good to see you here. And immediately she's like, tries to work out how to make her not tell her brother.
I definitely
am feeling enough conflict. I feel that I'm meant to be the very much so. I'm the good girl in that way.
With the right drugs, you don't have to be Angelica.
We will work on this.
So let's roll that in a conflict
with, I guess, metal as well, because it's control, calculation, reflection. So I've lost the. Let me just get it. I've lost the rolling.
I will put a link back in for you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. I have no problem, by the way, if people want to use their real, physically present dice. So much of our experience at the moment is virtual. Having physical dice is quite enjoyable.
Did that roll?
I think it was. Well, I don't know what it was. It's changed to 5 if you just roll the 2 dice on the screen.
Yeah. It was a 5 before as well. That's my only.
Roll
worry.
again, then. I've got no problem. If it's exactly the same number, roll it again.
Oh no, it's 5 again. Am I just not rolling it right? Sorry about this.
Select the 2 dice.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. So 8.
Cool. Okay, so an 8 plus your element. Which element did you select for your
metal? It was.
And 8. What's your metal at? Your metal.
+1. Sorry.
So you're 9. Do you want to burn a bond to put it to a 10? Or are you happy with your 9?
I'm going to burn something, actually, since I haven't burnt a relationship yet. Let's burn. I'm going to burn my relationship with Tommy, and it's going to be sort of like, please don't tell Tommy. It's a surprise. The whole thing's. It's meant to be a surprise. I'm learning this. He doesn't know, and I just want to basically, prove him I can do this. He's the. He doesn't take me seriously, and it's basically be his birthday surprise that his little sister's going to be martial artist as well. And she pulls this, and she's kind of aware this sounds like a pretty good lie, actually. And it's like she's not somebody ever would normally lie, but it turns out she's pretty good at it, and that's kind of a bit chilling.
So you rolled yourself straight into a Hearts and Minds. Then you press something susceptible to your words.
Cool.
So come straight out of that and into a Hearts and Minds. Let's see how they react.
Right. Hearts and Minds is. Sorry.
So Hearts and Minds, choose your element that you think is most appropriate for your emotional state.
Yes, and I think emotional state is. I think it's metal again.
Yeah.
I think it's metal again because this is a very deliberate cold lie. So roll again.
Yes, please.
3 to 4. That's more like it.
Can you only burn 1 to get a +1? Just so I would know.
I can burn more, but I would have to burn all one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Olivia sort of smiles wryly and says, Yeah, don't worry. I won't tell. I won't tell Tommy. Don't forget to mark a potential and mark an element.
Yes.
She smiles and says, "Don't worry. I won't tell Tommy. Not now. We're going to be hanging out so much, and you're going to give me this extra lessons."
Of course, you know, I'd love to help. And she kind of feels the lie. Sort of, why did I lie? There's a reason why I never lie.
It says, and I'll need some help with my homework.
What homework?
All of it. And what's William's gig?
William is would be bad for you.
Oh.
I mean, you've already got Tommy in your life. You know, do you actually need someone else that messy?
I assume that I am not overhearing this part of the conversation.
This is Hearts of Wulin. You can overhear anything you want, or
Actually,
not overhear anything you
Actually,
want.
since I've lost control a bit, I imagine. Do you really want someone as messy as him in your life? I've sort of said this slightly too loud, so I can imagine it rings across the room.
No. I'm fine not overhearing this, unless you deliberately want me to overhear it.
I'm okay for now, actually, unless you know.
To which point Kim says, claps his hands and says, "Enough talking. Positions. Kata." When we cut to the Brock Hunter, my brain keeps wanting to say Brock Lesnar. He's a wrestler, and that's not going to be. If he turns up, we've got real problems. Right, Brock Hunter Academy on the other side of town, down in the valley. We can see that you, I believe, we practice more in direct sparring here, so everyone is already paired up. Who are you paired up with, Anderson? We established two of your friends last time. Is it one of them?
Probably.
Yeah, Carl and Stan, kids in the Brock
Stan?
school.
Was it
Carl
Stan?
and Stan. They were the two kids who said, "We were really sorry that you got into trouble, but didn't help."
Sure. Yeah, right. I remember those two. So yeah.
Yeah. So your stance is being corrected by Tommy, and Stan sort of says, "Whoa, Tommy, you got a face on you this morning. Did you drink something you didn't like?" This joke
That
has
was
been
a long
going
time
around.
ago. Yeah.
It's been going around for quite a while, and Tommy don't like it one bit.
I know.
How do you react to that?
I have a big smile on my face, but I don't even look. I just keep. I kick his leg, just like Tommy taught me, basically.
Cool. So you as you swipe out Carl's leg from under him, right? And it's sort of like boom, and he just sort of stares daggers at you and walks past silently. He's not done anything to you in the weeks in between. He's not said anything. He's barely said a word to you.
He must be planning something.
But his rep in the school, at least with the younger students, has taken a hit since that night. It's like, yeah, that guy, he's just like all mouth, man. He's never gonna, you took him down a peg. So awesome, Anderson.
I have patience. He's coming, but I will be prepared.
Awesome. And Madison, who are you sparring with? In fact, actually, I have said that May you've just taken someone down, and May waves her finger at you and takes a stance in the ring.
Okay. Yeah. So, and I nod like, yeah, okay, this is going to be good. And, get in there, and I take my stance,
So May sort of cracks her neck, hits her knuckles, and looks at you and says, "What did you do wrong in that last fight?"
And I kind of narrow my eyes a little, and I say, well, I like Karen, so I didn't want to hurt her. And if I'd done the most effective thing, probably would have dislocated her shoulder.
She comes forward at you fast as you're talking, and you're now in a duel with someone who is above your scale.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Fantastic. All right, so let's go take a look at our basic moves here. Oh, like I start talking and she just comes right at me,
Yeah.
like, okay, got it, cool. Okay. And I'm like, ooh, as she steps in, and let's see. So if your foe is above your scale, you lose the conflict, and I may declare how you lose on a 7-9 mark an element. All right, so I roll with metal for these. Go ahead and roll that. Nope. Well, 4 + 2. Well, 4 + 2 is 6. Who do I have bonds with? The bond with Dwight, but he's not in the dojo, so yeah, I think she's just gonna smoke me because I was shooting because I thought I was being all like basically I was smart mouthing her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm totally getting what I deserve here.
So you go down hard, as in, and your smart mouthing, and sort of a palm comes up on the bottom of your chin, shutting your smart mouth with a clang as your teeth bang against each other, rattling your head as you sort of take a moment of wide-eyed shock. Your legs are from underneath you, and your shoulder is pinned back, and it hurts.
Am I marking an element here?
I think so.
All right.
And don't forget to mark XP for your fail if you didn't already.
I did not. Oh, do we mark XP on misses? I thought it was only when we did.
I thought it's XP. Unless something's changed in this playtest rules, I thought it was.
Yeah, I think in the first version of the rules you marked XP on a miss, but he's changed it so that it's only rolling into conflict and end of session.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Allow me to take 1 XP away then.
Well, this is a 3-session game, so let's go with marking XP on a miss. Because I think that's how we've been doing it, right? Let's keep with that.
I won't argue with you, but
yeah, because I'm just looking at the basic moves. It's like on a miss, mark XP, and the GM makes things much worse. So it's sort of like, yeah, let's go with that. It's only a 3-session move. We're not likely to hit more than one advance, right?
Sure. So yeah, and yeah, and I'm down and she's standing over me. And I think it's that thing where like I'm gritting my teeth hard and like blinking really fast, and maybe like one tear goes down one cheek because I'm like trying to tough it out, but it really hurts.
Yeah, I thought she sort of she sort of leans forward and whispers into your ear. He said, "You have the potential to win that championship if you just focus." And she lets your arm go, and you're sort of down there on the mat. And that's when we see the doors open and Brock Hunter and the latest pretty young thing that he has on his arm come through the door. and everyone sort of gasps. And you're on the floor, and you've just been knocked down in front of Brock Hunter. How's that making you feel?
I'm not happy about this. I very like as soon as she lets me up and kind of turns to him, I like glare at her and do a kick up, like we saw me do in the last episode. One of those things where I don't have to use my hands to get up. I can just kind of I roll my back and I kick my legs up and I'm standing. And then I kind of thump. Do that thing where I shoot my gi so that it's square on my shoulders, and then just walk over and get in the line with everybody else.
Cool. So he sort of comes
you know
in.
what?
Yeah.
I want to study him as I'm walking over the line.
I wanted to do that.
I
can do it for free.
You can both study him.
Actually, I don't even have. I don't have to roll. Smiling Proud Wanderer, you're just here to have an adventure. It's all an excuse to see the world. Once per scene, you may ask one question from study without rolling. That's what I wanted. And it has to be a question, I assume. It can't be the reveal a detail?
It's got to be a question, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It specifically says ask the question.
So while everyone's eyes are obviously on him, I'm gonna ask about someone else, obviously. And I'm trying to read Tommy's behavior all through the day, basically. And I'll ask a question about a person's means of manipulation. How can I manipulate? I assume, Tommy, that's what it means. Into basically giving up.
Tommy is in awe of Brock, absolutely in awe of him, wants to be like him. Now you look at the way he does his hair and everything else, you realize he's got that sort of look about him. So that's exploitable, right? It is definitely the weak spot that whatever is going on with whatever's going on with Tommy and Angelica's parents, Tommy's looking at Brock like this is his dad. And he sort of comes in and takes off his sunglasses. He's got his sweater around his shoulders with a polo shirt, and goes and sort of extends his finger and goes, "Hey, everybody's looking good." And he goes to the front of the class and takes a stance. But before we do that, let's resolve the study from Madison.
Sure. And so I can pick out the wealthiest or most influential person in a room, and when I study in a formal or official setting, I +1 hold for choices regardless of role. So
Yeah.
like I don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out who is the most important person in the room right now. But so I'm gonna go ahead and roll study. This is gonna be with I'm gonna roll with water. That's awareness, wisdom, and flexibility. This is just kind of keeping my eyes open for what's going on. Ha ha ha. Oh, it's another 4. Oh, so that's going to put me at a 6. So the XP is nice, and I do get to ask. I think that means I get to ask at least. I do get to ask one question, or I get 1 hold. I'm going to reveal a detail about the scene.
Right, so yeah, the way hold allow you spend hold 1 for 1 to use the feature from the move, right? So you still definitely ask one thing from the study.
Yeah. So let me make sure that it's you have +1 hold for choices regardless of the role, and I gain +1 for it acting on the answers.
Yeah.
I'm going to reveal a detail about the scene, which is that it is clear that May can't stand the chick that he's dating right now. Just is just staring daggers at her. But I did roll that miss, so there we go.
That's okay. So I'm gonna name Brock's squeeze as Tiffany because it feels like it's the sort of name that she should have.
Sounds sensible.
And
He calls her Tiff.
He sort of says, right, let's take the kata. I said we'll be looking for who'll be partnering with Tommy as our top 2 competitors for this year's All Valley Championship. We'll pass away from that scene for a moment and go back to the other 2. Your class is drawing to a conclusion, William. Sensei Frank waves you over.
Right, and I approach and bow.
You seem distracted lately, William. Is everything okay at home?
It's fine, Sensei. I'm nervous about the tournament. I haven't told you this before, but Tommy and I had a match, not an official match, but just we were sparring at a party, and I lost.
Sensei Kim nods and smiles. He goes, Vice Principal Cartwright said that something was up with you. Not like you to get into trouble. Hmm?
You know, Mr. Cartwright?
Says, of course. I'm on the PTA.
I promise, Sensei, I won't get into any trouble anymore. I won't get into any more fights at school. It was.
How did he beat you?
I lost focus, Sensei. I was distracted, and he got through my guard.
How did he get through your guard?
It's like I turn slightly and I demonstrate the kick that Tommy used.
Goes, And what do you think would have happened if you would have jumped on the diving board while he was doing that kick?
I think he would have reached out with his other arm and just pushed me into the pool.
I think he's overconfident, aggressive, forceful. Come, let me teach you something. And he takes you to the mats and gets you to try that kick on him.
Okay, yeah, so absolutely. I go for it. I try 100% to nail him because I know he's ready for this.
Okay, so as you sort of come up, he goes low and sort of taps you into your back as you're spinning with the roundhouse kick and sends you off balance and down to the mat. He says, best not to learn karate from Jean-Claude Van Damme and Brock Hunter. They just make it look good for the movies.
Yes, Sensei.
You now have the opportunity, if you would like, to roll for a new technique.
Yes, yeah, and I will cheerfully do that. So that's right. And I've seen him fight once.
Mm-hmm.
That gets me to a 7.
On a 7 to 9, there's significant cost to learn the move. So Sensei Kim says, but still, you did use your karate against someone who didn't deserve it. We don't rough up children. Hmm?
No, Sensei.
You will help me at the church for the next 4 Sundays.
Yes, Sensei, but, well, there's the school dance is coming up a week from Sunday. May I attend the dance, Sensei?
Do you have a date?
It's like, and my glance sort of flickers to Olivia for a second, and then not exactly, Sensei.
Ah. Well, if you don't have a date, there's no reason for you not to come to the church. If that should change, you can go to your dance.
Yes, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei.
You're a good kid, William. Don't let your temper get the better of you. Don't hang out with that Tommy Davies. He's bad news. Angelica, did you overhear that?
I imagine like how much did I overhear it? I don't think I have. I think I've sort of picked. I could have sort of. Actually, I've overheard it just enough to go. Wait, I'm putting these two things together, and this is the girl who is always good at math. So she is adding stuff up and not liking the actual results. And she basically definitely decides to keep an eye on William for now and kind of, see what he's going to do with it and consider stepping in.
Cool. I think this is so you probably have changed and getting ready to leave. You have a text from Dwight telling you that they have your stuff. Dwight was the football.
My lovely really bully dealer. I send back. She sends back something quite see you whenever. As it weirdly, their relationship is. She is very terse with her dealer for no discernible reason. As in the power dynamic is just all out of skew for some reason because I imagine he doesn't see like why she's doing this, and she's not really sure how you're meant to act to a dealer. She's just kind of treating it like you would treat a shop. So, and looks, but I'm meant to train Olivia now, I guess. So I sort of look at Olivia and say, "What are you going to do now?" I've got an appointment, I say.
Ooh, is it more of your secret life? Are you really a supervillain, Angelica? Is Tommy actually the white sheep?
I've seen the way you're looking at William. I think we both know who the supervillain is here.
Look, Tommy's cute and all, but he's man. If I watch one more Brock Hunter film,
I winced in sympathy for the first time at Olivia, but say, you have no idea how difficult this would be for Tommy. He carries a lot. And the first lesson in learning martial arts is learning about duty.
She looks at you and going, yeah, trust you to focus on the book learning and not the ass kicking.
There's a moment she just snaps because her temper's weirdly short. It's like, you'll see how the book learning turns into ass kicking if you actually try anything with William.
Ooh, so, she sort of takes a step back and says, "Yeah, okay. I won't do anything to hurt him. Promise."
I sort of nod and do my gesture of a pinky swear.
You're going to need to heart to mind to see if she'll pinky swear with you.
Excellent. Let's try that again. Which will be with.
Oh no, you've actually got yeah. So heart to mind, and then if she does, you can invoke your pinky swear.
Yes, I'm going to use. Actually, fire. I guess this seems quite weirdly passionate. I guess for her right now.
Cool.
8.
Well, that's cool. So on a 7 to 9, they can instead choose to reveal, overact, hesitate, or they unit. So, I'm going to say they reveal, and you can ask 2 questions of them.
Why on earth are they thinking about leaving Tommy?
Tommy's sweet, but he's like totally. It's just karate and action movies. William's kind of cute. He's got a. She looks at her across at her, and you can see her eyes. They're sort of looking at him. Go, he's just like a wounded bird. I can make him better.
Yeah. Angelica thinks for a second, and like, I'll make you a wounded bird if you're not careful. It is awful violence of her. The second question is kind of like almost like shy in terms of like, you're Madison's best friend. What's she like? I mean, how's the best way to impress Madison?
What would she be able to reveal, Madison, as something that would impress you?
Oh, what would be a thing that conceivably like Angelica actually? I'm trying to like intersect with like something Angelica actually would be good at. Oh, you know what? I am I'm completely taken with people who can actually sing like really well. Bass guitar, but I cannot sing. Like I don't like any band I'm in. Like all you have to do is yell into the mic in background. I'm like, nope, no way. No one wants to hear my voice. So like if you get someone who can actually sing, that will like that just kind of like melts me every time.
So Angelica's sort of nodding to this and thinking, I'm pretty sure Madison is into choir will practice. So I don't think my incredibly pure soprano that Angelica sings in and it's very well practiced isn't going to be exactly Madison's thing. But maybe she can do something about that.
And she sort of like takes the finger and pinky swears and said, "Look, I promise I won't cheat on your brother."
Thank you, Olivia. And I'll see you tomorrow morning before school for your first practice.
She nods to you, and then sort of as you leave, 2 things happen. Olivia makes her way over to William and asks, "Hey, did you manage to get your watch repaired?"
And he like shakes his head. It's like, no, It's really expensive.
It seemed like really important to you.
It is. It's the one nice thing my dad ever gave me.
I sort of, I know a guy who might be able to help. You want to hang with me?
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, someone's got to convince you to keep coming to the dojo, right? You only had one free lesson.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can tell me the good stuff.
Sure. I mean, you want to go get some ice cream?
That will be totally awesome. And the second thing that happens is that Angelica gets a text from Dwight going, and it says, "Yo, why are you so mean to me?"
I'm disappointed in your service! Exclamation mark.
says, "Wait, you want the Prime service?"
And I'm just thinking, does this mean there's free delivery for this? So I'm proving, yes, I would like free delivery.
Says, "You're so weird." And then responds with back before you have a chance to respond, going like, "But like, are you going to the dance with anyone?" Question mark.
There's a moment like she runs through the math of it because she understands subtext, and it's that kind of no. But maybe if Madison saw me with an actual drug dealer as a date, she'll see me in a different way. No, I'm not, Dwight.
Me neither. Want to go together? I know it's kind of lame, but you know.
There's a pause. It's like, okay, I'm in. Brackets. I need a new outfit though. Also, can you play me some of those records? I think that's the other thing. Is do you know what? So like, I always want to end that in terms of. So do you know what music like people like Madison listen to? Like that skate band stuff.
Awesome. Let's cut back to the last set of scenes at the Brock Hunter dojo, and then we'll take our first break.
Action Defense Academy.
Action
please.
Defense Academy. Sorry. So the Brock Hunter Action Defense Academy. He is looking. Tommy and May have come to the front, and he looks across the class and one by one says, "Show me what you got."
Yes.
And it goes down and down until there's sort of a handful of you left, including from the younger classes, Anderson and Madison, from the older classes, but also I'm trying to think, we established someone, didn't we? We've also, I'm going to say Stan, but there was also I never made a note of it, but there was also your rival from last time. Didn't put her in the NPCs list. Never mind.
That girl
Yeah.
Did you slap her or something?
I think it might be something like Heather.
Something
Angelica.
like that.
Angelica. No, Angelica's one of the PCs. Yeah, let's call her Heather. Re-establish that because I didn't make a note. But there's the four of you left, and Brock's sort of stroking his chin and says, "Impressed."
Well, let me ask a question. So
yeah,
if we want to like really complicate it, it could be Andy Parker, who hosted that party.
Yeah,
and it's also the daughter of my dad's boss, our dad's boss.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's establish as that. I love that. So yeah, it's you four left. Tommy's got an in because he's the All Valley champion, right? But there's only one other place to
Two.
get special training for the tournament from Brock.
I'm gonna impress as hard as I can.
Roll me an impress because this would count as a competition or a tournament.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's an. Okay, so that's just to roll. I'm going to use my actual wood. I'm gonna be patient.
Now, just as
Curious.
you're rolling, just to remind people that if there is, in my hack of the game, if there is a reason or a way that you can bring your signature piece of gear in, you can get a +1 onto the roll.
I already explained exactly what my gear does. I just turn it back, and it's like, it's like a switch. I'm gonna get a 1-1, aren't I? So 5, 6. So that's another 1 you said from the hat?
Yeah.
So that's 7. So I can burn more than 1 bond, right?
Yes, you can.
So I clearly don't care to make Madison look good in any way in this. Maybe I even accidentally hit her. So that's 1 down. But that's just +2. So that just brings me to 9. So I still need to burn 1 more. Andy is here, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, and when I finish, I look at Andy and I have this big smile of I know that you know.
Don't forget you've got your younger sibling as your role move, right? You understand devotion and dedication even in the face of suffering.
Yeah. Gives me +2 instead of +1.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's why it brought me to 9 and
not
not 8. Yeah, I got a 5, in the roll, which is 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I like as I finish, I smile to Andy. Like we both know what I did.
Sure.
Because I want this impress to be very successful. And it's not in order, not for anything. Anyone else here is currently trying to impress.
May's eyes, Brock sort of claps, and you want to describe what it looks like? Actually, what does it look like when we see this on screen?
Do we fight someone in this, or are we just by ourselves?
It's not a direct fight. This is showing your form and how good you are.
My form is to stay very still, and to basically and move very quickly. I don't get hit basically, and even if I get hit, I stick around and give a punch right back. So I look very, very stiff, but not in a bad way. Every hit seems to if it would hit someone, it would probably break a bone.
Neat.
And I finish with a little leg sweep move. I'm gonna keep using that one after it was used on me pretty strongly.
Also, Andy goes next, and she is impressive.
So I need to pick 2 options, I think.
Oh,
right.
So yes, from impress. Oh yeah, sorry. Pick 2 options: clear a bond, clear an element, or gain a favor.
What's a favor? What does it include?
You can ask something of someone effectively. So it would be a change in the fiction. A bond is sort of primarily a mechanical basis, but ask a favor of someone. It's something they're going to come through on.
And we've always played that that you can say so and so owes me a favor for later.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be something. That
Yeah,
happens right
exactly.
this second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not exactly a favor, but I want a favor from Brock Hunter.
Cool.
It's not exactly fair. I just want like a personal thing. I'll create.
Do you want him to come to your birthday party?
Ooh, I'll consider it. Because my intention is just to beat up Tommy eventually. Like that's the only reason I do all of this. Like win against him basically. Fit. I will create a bond back with Andy Parker. After this,
Sure.
like as I finish and I smile to her, I whisper like, "Don't worry, I'll get like a replacement."
Cool. But I say Andy is live, controlled. She is a big competitor for you, Madison, and she in your grade will be the one to beat. But May looks at you and sort of gives you really stern eyes and then nods as if she's willing you on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to give you actually a bond from May because
Okay.
she likes you way more than Andy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She likes you. That's not something you can say towards other people.
I got one bond with May. Let's say. I step right up to Brock and I say, Mr. Hunter, and I call him Sensei Hunter, right? I do one of these, like, right? I say, you're not going to know you're not going to what do I say? Looking at us is one thing, but seeing us actually fight, that's another. And I just say, with your permission. And I'm trying to hearts and minds him into giving me permission to just like I kind of say, with your permission, I sort of look at Tommy.
Yeah, roll our hearts and minds.
All right. Okay. So this is, I'm gonna roll with fire because I'm kind of pulling this out of my ass here with May. Kind of being like, okay, now's your time, do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And what do we got here? All right. So it's a flat roll. That's an 8. So let's see. What is it? Where does 7 and 9 leave me?
Hearts and mind.
I think that's what I'm gonna stick with. Yeah. So they can do it, or they can choose one of the other things.
Yeah. I think the story is going to be much more interesting. But he nods and goes, I like your chutzpah, girl. Let's do this. Tommy, and what was your name again?
Madison Jones.
Cool.
Oh, you know what? I say to him, Madison Jones, but Tommy already knew that, and kind of like glance at him.
Sort of, he goes, whoa, history between you two? This is like a movie plot.
You could call it that. It's hard to remember any of the high points, but yeah, I guess history is as good a word as any.
Tommy's eyes narrow, and he sort of looks really cross, and he sort of steps out.
And I turn, and I do the bow thing, and I say, try to make this last a little longer.
Oh, I'm gonna just give you a +1 forward for the sass on that, right? Because he is above your scale, right? So if there is nothing else you want to do, this is a duel.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so above your scale. That's a 10. I lose the conflict on a hit. I can declare how I lose. So here's what happens. Like he it is like he just comes right at me, just kicks, punches, elbows, knees, all this kind of stuff and everything. And like I'm just like I'm immediately on the defensive, like kind of just like it's all block and all this kind of thing and everything. And I like maybe get like a single hit on him, but like we actually are going for a couple of minutes, like to the point where people are like, like whatever, like biting their knuckles as I'm just furiously blocking and everything. Like I think whatever we get to like the minute or the 2 minutes that's supposed to mark the end of the round, and like May says height, and like I immediately drop my hands, and Tommy just like in a way that like is plausibly deniable that he started the punch before she gave the signal, just lays me out flat on my back. And like there's an audible gasp from everybody there. And I know how to stay ahead of my problems. So normally when I would focus social, legal, or financial consequences from my actions, I can name someone and roll. So whatever consequences I would receive from losing this fight, I want to blow back on Tommy.
Oh.
So I'm going to name him and make this roll and see how it goes.
Also, I loved this fight because it lets me the time. I want to study during this fight. I'm learning Madison's move and Tommy's moves, and I'm
I want
my God.
Win. That's awesome. We don't have that. We don't have that. I love that because we don't have that happen very often where you watch other people fight that you then use for your get better move, which is super cool. That's great. I got an and I was gonna this one I was rolling with water, which is my awareness, wisdom, flexibility. I got an 8, which puts me to 10. So this is my like special playbook, my Bravo playbook move. So on a hit, they suffer instead.
As you go down, you sort of see this gasp from everyone, and Tommy steps back, and he sort of looks over at Brock and looks over at May, and May's face is like thunder. And what do you want, because the opportunity is potentially be trained by Brock? Is that what you are aiming for here, Madison?
Oh, that's interesting. No, I want May to decide. What I'm aiming for is like May to like take me aside and say, okay, be here 9 o'clock tonight, or be here 5 a.m.
Sure.
Like that. And to just like, no kidding, train me one-on-one.
Okay.
And not this fucking around, but like her like badass, she was an actual stunt coordinator stuff.
Yeah, got
So,
you.
yeah.
So as you go down and there's that from everyone, Tommy steps back, does look concerned for a second and extends his hand out from you, and then looks at Brock, who sort of shakes his head at Tommy. Who pulls
Yeah,
his
and
hand
like
back
total
away.
like bloody nose and the whole thing, and yeah.
He goes, "Whoa, well done, Miss Jones. Almost there. Maybe next year, but I need my two best students." And he says, "Tommy, Andy, you'll be working on the seniors." He looks at Anderson. Anderson, you'll represent the juniors. And everyone sort of mumbling, but like, Madison was so much better. And as the scene is sort of unfolding, May comes over and puts an ice pack and gives it to you and says, "Rigged fight. Her father just gave Brock a lovely deal on a car to get into the tournament and a sponsorship deal on an advert. Don't worry. You're going to still fight. I'm going to train you." And let's cut the scene at that point.
I
You
did
want to
want
make your
to,
study?
yeah, did want to roll study because I actually want to use the last one, reveal detail. Let's stop and succeed. I am going to use, I think Earth focus. I'm learning. Apparently, I don't have to fight. I don't think I'll have to fight medicine anymore. No, but still gonna try. It's a 7. That's an 8. Study 7 to 9, gain 1. So I want to reveal a detail.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if that's allowed. I think Tommy is a lot less good than people give him credit, and he's just proven it basically. Like that's not his. He's not above everyone's scale. He's equal to Madison basically.
Cool. I think, yeah. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll let that knock him down a scale. Right. You spot something which establishes he's got a towel, right? And that's the thing. You spot that towel. You watch your sister fight many times. You know her moves backwards, and Tommy's got a towel. So I'm knocking a scale off him as a reward for that kind of use of the study. And
it's totally something douchebaggy, like
he's
before
angry
he
all the time.
like before he takes a swing at somebody, he'll like do that, like try to intimidate them, and then he takes the swing. And if you know that's going to happen, then you
Absolutely.
can maybe you can take
He
advantage. Of that.
announces his moves like in anime, but he whispers it like double attack.
Cool. So let's draw the scene to a close there.
All right.
Yeah, Brock says, Brock I think says, and I've got a special surprise for you, Anderson Jones. I know it's your birthday next week, and you're going to be training with me. So I'm going to throw you the best pizza party you've ever had. Brock's throwing a party. Invite anyone, invite everyone. It's on me. And you can sort of see him leading
Everyone's
over
invited.
and like, make sure this is deductible.
I don't know what that even means. And everyone in the city, if it's on him, everyone will know it's my birthday.
Brock's throwing you a pizza party. That's a good probably way that anyone who's everyone will want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And he specifically says everyone in the dojo, and you're all invited. Tommy looks at you and shoots you daggers with his eyes. So let's frame on that. I think it's probably it, like a bowling alley, right? With pizzas. People have been told that they can invite any friend. You can invite anyone you want, any of your friends, any of your family. Is your
So-
mom going to be there? Oh, sorry. Madison?
Can we? Bowling is like loud and also déclassé. I like feel like it should, like, if it's one of these, like if he rents out a whole place that has like go-karts, mini golf, arcade, like
Laser
one of
Quest.
those kind of places,
Yeah,
then
got
we've
you.
got like a bunch of little places where we can have little set pieces, and it's outside. Like we've got some outside, some inside, and we can kind of
Love it. Yeah.
mess around with that. Yeah.
Yes.
Let Script change the frame with that. He's
My Bertie is the greatest.
this is effectively probably where every one of you has had days out when you're a kid, right? So good and bad memories of parents here. But yeah, say mini golf,
Oh,
Crazy
I wonder
Balls.
if it's maybe it's even a franchise like that he owns. It's like the Brock Hunter Action Fun Park or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds exactly the sort of thing that Brock would do, right? Or if not, he's at least the sponsor, if not the owner. But let's say, yeah, it's one of his other
Brokey chicks.
investments. He's still pissed that he wasn't invited into the Planet Hollywood setup, right? So yeah, anyone who wants to be there can be there. I'm going to establish that definitely from our NPCs, Carl and Stan are there, who are your friends. Andy's definitely there. I don't know if we will define your mom's name, but it's yeah. And Tommy will be there, as will be Olivia. Sensei Kim is also here because this is Brocky cheese, love it. Sensei Kim is also here because this is one of his second jobs he's got to do to keep the dojo running. So he works here on in evenings once the dojo is shut. Does everyone want to establish anything?
Yeah, I have a crown on my head on top of my hat.
Awesome. Then I'm going to establish that as Angelica, you and Tommy are arriving. Did you come together?
Yeah.
Tommy sort of looks down at his phone, at his face, sort of goes wide, and he goes, "What? That bitch!"
And I just thought, what's wrong, Tommy?
Olivia's just dumped me.
It's probably for the best. She wasn't your type. I mean, I can't see how you can go out with someone as wonderful as Madison and then just settle for Olivia anyway. Seriously, there's plenty more. Like, I realise that's the worst possible. Angelica realised that's the worst possible thing she could have said.
He looks at you, and his brain's ticking over with that sort of being hit on the head a little few more times, going like, "You're right. You're right. Yeah, Olivia was always like the second place. I'm gonna win Madison back."
Or you could move on.
I'm going to suggest, if you want him to move on, have you planted an idea in his head?
Is this causing inner conflict?
Yeah, I would
saying
say
he's gonna go. He's gonna try and win Madison back.
I think that it might. It's about to cause outer conflict, I suspect. But the moment of all her plans collapsing down as the ultimate bad boy of Tommy keeps his eyes back on Madison. Maybe. So let's roll with. What do I reckon? I guess it's. I'm gonna roll with. I really was about to say water in terms of just being wise. In terms of you can't really go chasing back. That's a -1. So let's do that. I'm gonna roll with -1 to commit. Well, a mighty 3.
2
One second.
XP. That's the good
Oh.
news.
Yeah, so you do hit in advance, so it's good, but it's gonna get much worse. As back in the family home, your mom, we can see her wandering through your room, checking things because you've been acting really strange recently, and she opens the princess box and finds the joint inside.
Oh man.
Goes, thanks, sis, says Tommy. I'd never have thought about asking Madison out again if it wasn't for you. I need to make up for punching her in the face.
Well, and at the moment, Angelica, well, that's probably character growth for you, Tommy. Well done. Like, remember, Granny's, Gran's looking down on you, and just try to remember that, we've got to live up to that history.
Cool. So, peeps are arriving. Brock signing autographs, taking photos, and this time, because one of his star 2 pupils, he's not even charging. But there are some camera crews here, local press, who have been invited to the party. Whom would like to speak to whom out of the characters? Let me ask William, who are you seeking out as the party unfolds?
Oh, I'm definitely looking for Olivia because I've just heard that she broke up with Tommy.
Yeah, Olivia is. Let's establish that Olivia's maybe with Madison because they're friends. They're bound to be together, right?
Yeah, because I'm telling her that I'm telling her about how May is going to give me private lessons, and that this is the perfect time if she can get her shit together to actually come train with me.
Oh, I'm getting one-to-one lessons from one of the stars at my dojo.
Your what?
I went to the other one, the Crimson Dragon one.
Wait, what? What the fuck, Olivia? What? When did this happen?
Look, it's new, just like a couple of days, but I wanted something like more real, more authentic, less Hollywood.
More real. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see how you might want that. So more real than this, I say, and I'm just gonna kick her ass.
Oh, you are above her scale. Are you having any inner conflicts about this? You're just going to beat her down and then have the inner conflict afterwards.
Oh, there's absolutely, okay, yeah, absolutely inner conflict. Her telling me, oh no, it's cool, I'm training with the other dojo. Oh yeah, that's an inner conflict for sure. Like the whole thing, like I've been working this whole time.
Let's do the duel first, and then let's do the inner conflict after that, as your temper gets the better of you, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
If your foe is a lesser scale on a hit, you win the conflict.
Yep. And I'm rolling with my metal
style
here.
element, yeah.
My style element, yeah. Here we go. That is a 6 plus 2 gets me to 8.
Cool. On a 10 plus minus, so a 79, you might either let them go or finish them with a cost. So you sort of knock her down on her ass, swinging her legs out.
So
describe it. Actually, you describe it.
Yeah, and like I say, oh, more real than this, and I just like step up and like sweep her feet out from under her, and I do this thing where like I sweep her feet out from under her, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And as she starts to get up, like I do it again, and I say, "More real than that," and then she's like getting up a third time, and then I just and I like do it a third time, or more real than that. and I say, like, I guess I'll see you at the tournament, and turn on my heel, and I am starting to walk away. And if William wants to come walking up or have seen,
Well,
that,
I'm definitely rolling inner conflict after having witnessed this.
Yeah.
So I will roll that with water.
I whisper to Madison's ear, she's training with Angelica. I know.
Well, that is a 5.
Oh, right. So the good news is you get 2 XP. The bad thing is you must flee the scene. You mark a P, and the GM makes it much worse. So you don't have to flee the scene, but I think you spot that third sweep, and you can see Olivia looks over to you, and she lands hard after the third one, and her head makes sort of a sick bonk on the flagstone under her head, and she looks over to you and looks slightly hurt. What happens to William when he sees that Madison?
So
has
can I ask?
Yes,
I'd like to X card that.
Okay.
I got a full hit there, so I
Sure.
described how I got to beat her.
No problem.
I like utterly humiliated. Yes, hurt. No.
Cool.
All right. Actually,
like starting to cry or however you want to do that, but I don't want to accidentally actually hurt her.
Okay,
Cool.
Jim, can I ask a question? Because
Yeah.
I can take a move right now, and so an aware move. I've got an advanced. There's an aware move that will allow me to stop someone from passing out. Would you be all right if I took that move and used it to help her?
Yeah,
or
totally
do you
cool.
still want to X card that? So that the situation doesn't even arise?
I don't want to have this be a thing where like everyone gasps as her head cracks against the ceiling or something like that. If that can be like keeping her from emotionally completely breaking down like that, then that absolutely, yeah.
All right. Okay, so go for it. I'm going to take the fight is only over when you say it is move from the aware playbook. And I'm going to use that to try to comfort Olivia and help her keep her composure.
As I am stalking off.
Cool. Okie dokie. So okay. We'll establish that she wasn't hurt, just pride. As you sort of step over to her, and yeah, she would have. I think she would have. She sort of as she's fallen, she sort of possibly slipped on her covered in her drink, and is trying to flee the party.
Right, and yeah, and I will roll with. I'll roll with water to help her recover from this humiliation and keep it together.
So I would think that's probably actually just a comfort and support.
I think he's using a specific playbook.
Right. So well, you spend and busted up. All right. So just okay. Let's roll that. I'll run that. Yeah, that's fine.
And that's only a 5. So I'll burn my bonds with Madison and with Tommy to get that up to a 7. So that.
Sure. I don't. The fight zone when you said it doesn't feel like this is the move because we X-carded that she was injured. I would strongly suggest the comfort and support is going to be more sensible move to the.
All right.
Narrative.
All right, let's go and make this a comfort. Well, the comfort and support is for PCs. So hearts and minds.
Yeah. Yeah. Hearts and Minds.
All right, so let's switch this to hearts and minds retroactively, and it's like, and I will burn those 2 bonds, and what I want to do is for her to regain her composure and also to agree to go to the dance with me.
So I think she is.
It's like, come on, you got to show Madison. You got to show Madison that she can't get to you, and I mean, will you go to the dance with me, and we'll show her, we'll show Tommy, we'll show all of them. You're a winner.
Taken by your kindness, I think yes, that she says yes to that, and says, because I think she probably had a drink in her hand and she's covered with sort of slushy ice, and looks and said, last time was me looking after you and that went wrong in the party. You're okay, William.
Yeah, well, maybe we should stop going to parties, or at least learn how to dodge.
She smiles and says, or maybe we should just throw our own party.
And I nod and I take her hand and I glance around, and there's this space behind the dumpster out back, which is the recognized making out spot for this amusement park, and I lead her back there.
What's your 80s ballad that plays as you do? I think that's an important question.
Any suggestions?
Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper.
Sure.
I was thinking Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, but
that's a different kind. It's a different kind of thing.
It is a make-out in an alleyway by a dumpster, and I don't think it quite reaches Time After Time.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah,
maybe Tiffany. I think we're alone now, right?
But Angelica.
There we go. Yeah, okay, that's great. That works. Yeah.
So let's draw the line down on that scene for a moment. Where next? Anderson, it's your party. Where do we find you in the party?
Probably Brock keeps sticking around with me because take pictures with the birthday person. But I keep trying to separate.
Yeah,
I don't actually care about him.
It's you and Tommy and Angelica and Brock all together. But it says Brock is sort of talking to the local news people. Andy. Andy puts her hand on your knee and looks at you, and the fingers sort of dig in deep into your knee. Said, "You drank and got out $20,000 worth of whiskey at my dance place. I was grounded for 2 weeks.
That's it.
Me and you. Oh, and me and you. We're gonna have a reckoning, little boy."
Well, it wasn't personal.
It's because, yeah, when I take you down, it will be. Said, because I know what you are. You're a cheap thief, just like your dad. Does that cause any inner conflict?
It should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which element you rolling with?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm gonna roll with fire, which is +0. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everyone fails this today. That's a 3.
So.
Yeah.
Take 2 XP. and I'm gonna save up that much worse, because just before you're able to react, Brock's got his arms around both of you, and you're smiling for the cameras.
Not smiling.
Oh, that's fine. Boom. And she winks at you and says, blows you a little kiss.
God damn it. Oh, I know. I want to talk to Brock. I have a favor to ask from him.
Yeah.
Um, I need your help with something. Something private.
Sure.
Do you know Andy? That you know she's going to the competition.
Yeah. Great kid. Me and
Yeah,
her
she
dad play
is.
golf.
Oh, really? There was a party in her house. And me and Tommy, like, we got into some sort of argument, and accidentally, well, not exactly accidentally, but you know, I kind of ruined some of her parents' drinks, and it wasn't that bad. And I wanted to know if you could help me make good with her. I mean, you play with her dad, you probably like, you know, and she's your best. I mean, you chose her.
I'm sure I can sort this out. You want me to have a word with her? I'll do that.
With her, and if, you know, for my birthday, and if it has to go there also with her parents.
What did you do? As boys will be boys.
Yeah. I really am sorry. It was, I didn't want to hurt her in any way. And you know, we are a team. We have to be together. And she kind of has it for me right now.
I'll sort it all out. Don't you worry.
Thanks.
Says, happy birthday. Enjoy the rest of your party.
I will.
And remember, if anyone asks you, you're having a great time at Brocky Cheese.
Yeah, I
People
always
should
do.
come here for their birthdays and then work off those cheeseburgers at the Brock Hunter Action Defense Academy.
Yeah. We will. Everyone will. Don't worry. Okay. Thank you. I kind of walk away, and I wanna talk to Angelica soon, but doesn't have to be right now. I walk towards when Angelica and Tommy separate for a moment or something.
Sure. We'll
But there
check
can
does
be
anyone
other
else, Does
stuff
anyone else
before.
want to frame anything else with any of the other characters at this moment?
I did have the image of me going and shouting at Olivia, trying to find Olivia and shout at her, but I think that can wait. There's kissing time going on.
You don't disturb kissing time.
So I think that Madison, where did you go when you stormed off?
Oh, you know what? I almost certainly went to find Dwight.
Okay. So on your way to Dwight, one of the attendants for the park sort of steps out in front of you, and it is Frank Kim, and he's shorter than you. I don't think he's a tall man at all, but he's sort of probably just a little bit shorter, but looks at you and says, And is that what they teach you for karate? To pick on new students?
I'm sorry. Shouldn't you be operating the ride right now?
Says, I'm aware that you are from the Brock Hunter Action Defense franchise. You hurt one of my students. Was there a reason that you needed to strike Olivia so hard?
Oh my God, is this some kind of like, is this? And I make like I'm looking around. Am I being pranked right now? How much did they pay you to do this?
I get paid minimum wage.
And I look around and I say, that's right, you do. So why are you talking to me?
He sort of looks you up and down and shakes his head and says, no reason at all, I think.
Look, I don't know what your deal is, sir, but I've been trying to get her to come to classes with me, and suddenly she gets one free karate lesson, and she's suddenly she's like training at a dojo, and I make like air quotes when I say dojo. I don't know. I don't know if you're friends with her or whatever, or like, or who put you up to this, but I do attend the Brock Hunter Action Defense Academy, and Brock Hunter owns this park. So so if you like your job, you should probably stop shit talking him, I say.
He says, you are right. It is not your fault you've been led astray. I will take it up with him.
Yeah, you do that. And like, kind of like give him one of these and, go walking and walk away.
Okay, Angelica, did you want to catch up with Olivia, who's probably with William? And where do you catch up with them? Probably after the smooching.
It's the needle scratch. It's the needle scratch on I Think You're Alone Now. And I Think You're Alone Now is playing, and it's what the hell did you do, Olivia?
She sort of looks over and looks at you, and it's probably with I assume with William at this point. Yeah, is that when you can't? Is that the framing?
Yeah, I might be off getting her a drink.
Depends if you want them together or not. What do you want to? How do you want to frame this?
I think together is definitely better.
Yeah.
With him, you may as well make out with the dumps truck.
She says, I told you I wouldn't cheat on your brother. So I broke up with him, and then William asked me out.
Glances over at William. Did she?
Angelica, I don't think this is any of your business.
Some of us look after our friends. I glance. Like,
if you broke up with Tommy, that's it.
After, Tommy looked after you and helped you and barely beat you up. She's aware. She says the argument doesn't really hold up particularly well. Don't you understand this is how embarrassing this is going to be? But you could have some more decorum, the both of you. It's like, I think I'm the only person who has any form of reticence whatsoever.
Oh, trust me, Angelica, you don't have any reticence at all.
What's that supposed to mean?
But you walked right up to us and started, in the middle of everyone, and started making this big scene. What do you think?
I'm just trying to look after my brother. And if anybody here, glancing over at Olivia, and if you ever cared about him, if you didn't care about him, why did you go out with him? So if you didn't care about him, why did you go out with him? You should have, you know, for anything you should have been better than this. And it's like, glance at William. I hope you two deserve each other. I hope you manage to teach each other lessons. You're a good fighter, William. You know.
Oh, I don't deserve Olivia, but I'm going to do my best to keep her.
And that's like Angelica's surprised actually. Was that really passionate for work? Can I have a conflicted emotion here?
Yeah, roll some inner conflicts.
I'm getting this moment where basically the whole thing is completely, oh, William's being noble. I was expecting him to punch me by now because I wanted to go. So, but it's like, you know, no, I'm being the meanie. So I'm gonna roll in a conflict with actually wood, I think, because it's patience. Ooh, 12.
So
Get mark XP for rolling it.
yeah, you do.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's ever managed to succeed on in a conflict. So I don't moment to flip. So what happens then?
Well, you stay in the scene. You sort of look, but so Olivia looks at you and says, "The reason I broke up with your brother is he scares me, and you enable him."
How do I enable him?
Said, "You know the temper he's got."
I nod at this. I nod at this, and this is why, you know, this is why I try to look after him as much as I can. He's really fragile, but of course he's made of glass, and broken glass cuts.
Says, and he's not my problem anymore. Good luck with your psycho brother.
Glance over at William. Good luck with your psycho girlfriend. Then back. Then at Olivia. Lesson tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. again.
Yeah, which makes the psycho girlfriend crack. I step forward. It's like I'm definitely thinking about throwing a punch.
Well, if you're thinking about it, you're probably in a conflicted.
That seems fair.
Yeah. Do or do not. In this game, you could have punched, but yeah.
Right. Well, metal is marked, so I'll roll with earth. That's an 8. I mean, I think I'll see the scene. It's like oh, come on, Olivia, let's get out of here.
Before that happens, I want to use my rage and passion then, because you're kind of embarrassing yourself. So instead of escaping the scene, I can try to roll after someone has embarrassed themselves or offended someone else.
You've also got your hero sheds no tears as well, William. But yeah, I think Anderson can.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's a great move.
Yeah, I'll gain +1 forward against Angelica and give her -1 forward on inner conflict. Thank you for reminding me.
It's just the image of I just like particularly the particular of Angelica as you're heading away. It's shame. It's this kind of shame burning inside her.
So I guess I don't know if it still counts as you like having to escape the scene though.
Yeah, it does because it is it's a consequence of having made the move.
Yeah.
So the move's got to resolve, and he chooses to leave.
Yeah.
And then we could put something else. It's like an order of operations thing.
I see.
You can't interrupt his move in the middle, right?
Exactly.
Like it's got to resolve.
But I do have this like roll after someone has embarrassed themselves. So I guess that's allowed. So like if you don't mind, of course. Unless you want to like escape the scene.
Well, he's got to leave.
I mean, I'm fine with escaping the scene, and I mean, I don't really feel like I'm embarrassed myself. I feel like I offended Angelica, but I don't want to turn that into a compliment.
Yeah. I've embarrassed myself though, so you can do it. You can do it with me.
Well, I have other plans. Um,
So why don't we just call that and leave that on that dramatic tension cliffhanger rather than
So,
unwinding that one?
I was looking for Angelica all this time.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of using that, I will use my smiling proud wanderer
Sure.
and ask one question from study without rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And I want a means of manipulating Angelica.
I was going to say this is really. I was going to even suggest this anyway. So as you come out, you find me standing there, and I've pulled out this very small, like tiny roll up. And of course you know I smoke anyway, and you just capture me smoking. I've got to calm down here.
And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, hey, Angelica, right?
Yeah.
Tommy's sister?
Yeah. He's my
Hey.
brother. And you.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
Well, I am the birthday boy.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. I heard.
So as I was say, happy birthday. I really hope it's not your last one.
Why?
You've made a lot of people really angry with you.
Well, yeah. I seem to have the tendency. I wanted to ask you something. And I have
Sure.
this kind of evil smirk. I heard you're going to your senior ball thing with Dwight?
Oh, he can't keep his mouth shut, can he? Yeah.
No, he's on too much drugs. Isn't it a little weird going with your drug dealer?
I prefer like my drug provider.
Yet it's drug dealer.
Mm. To be honest, I think all day there's nothing not weird about this high school. Besides, I've never gone with anyone. Maybe I go with a dealer. Maybe I'm the person. There's a big sigh. Maybe that's the person I am now. Maybe I am the girl who goes to the party with the drug dealer.
I have a better person for you to go with, and I really want to get in there.
Are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting?
Yes, I am. I want to keep an eye on my sister, and she needs someone to keep an eye on.
I think there's a big sigh.
Also, I could tell her that I just caught you here, and
The thing is,
what do you think about my sister?
I think that sounds like a heart. Are you studying or hearts and minds on that one?
I don't know. I think I'm studying. In this case.
Question. Yeah, to make a study roll.
Yeah, I have not been rolling well today.
No one has.
Oh, I need to choose the thing. I totally would, like patience, growth, curiosity, asking questions. 9 plus 1 is 10. So is there like such a question? Ask a question about a person, motivation, desires. Desires. What do you think about my sister?
This is big sigh. Is like I think your sister. How to phrase this? It's like, I can't believe your sister's your sister is like a goddess who walks on earth, she says, in this way, which is meant to sound dry and distant, but has a tiny crack towards the end that kind of gives it away.
Wait.
No, not like that, I say, meaning exactly like that.
So why don't you ask her out for the...
You've seen the sort of people she goes for.
Yes, I have. They suck. It's your brother that she goes for.
Yeah, she goes for bad guys, and and I fail on both those counts.
Really? I pick your whatever you're smoking out of your hand, kind of look at it. Really? Are you sure about that? And give it back to you? I don't do it though. Thank you.
It's like, I can't go. Like, if I got, let's decide. There's no way. If I took you as a date, it's gonna set Dwight, and it's gonna, And it's not dating your little brother isn't necessarily a good way to become friends with your sister.
Yeah, I know. I just felt like that was my plan, but
I could get you a date. I can help you. Honestly, I'm very good at matchmaking. There's lots of girls at the choir who'd be very helpful.
yeah, I don't care which one. I just need to be there. But
should
why
al-
don't you ask Madison out? You should ask Madison out.
Maybe I will.
And like I wanna, is that Hearts and Minds, right? Yeah, I wanna force
Yeah.
it. I'll try to.
That would be Hearts and Minds.
Yeah. Come on. Ooh. Yeah, totally. I maintain my own how it's called, element, and I got. Wait, did it just change? I got a 9. 8 plus 1, 9. For PCs. On a hit, they mark XP if they do what you ask. If they don't, they mark an element.
You
They
spend
burn
that bond.
bonds.
If you
Yeah.
spend that bond you have with Angelica, it'll bump it to a 10.
Oh,
Actually, well, it'll bump it to an 11 for you because you get
yeah,
that too.
yeah. So yeah, I will totally burn that bond.
Okay. So
Um,
they are a PC on a hit. They mark XP if you do with house. If they don't, they mark an element. They may burn a bond to avoid this. On a 7 to 9, you mark an element as well if they decline.
so
why would you react, Angelica, to the provocation?
ask my sister for to the ball.
Good question.
I mean, you're totally not like your brother.
Well,
You're
why
much
don't I
nicer.
give you a moment to reflect on that and
Yeah.
switch to Dwight
Yeah.
and Madison?
Yeah, because she's going to.
Yeah. So you find Dwight. He's been down by the mini golf most of the evening, behind one of those windmills where occasionally people come out and see him, and he's sort of been making a good trade.
Yeah. So I go and I, what like I pay the $1, whatever, like the $2 to get the putter and the, and the, like, the yellow ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of, whatever, like I just walk right straight to him, like across the greens and stuff like that. And like, I like somebody like is about to putt and I walk through and they're like, ball hits my leg and they're like, hey, and I like flick them off and I say, I'm playing through, and go down and I find Dwight, and and like I say, you better be carrying tonight.
What do you want?
I don't know. Something, I just need to take the edge off.
Happy edge, mellow edge, dancing edge.
People are fucking like appearing out of thin air to hassle me edge. That edge. Like the guy that the guy that runs the go-karts was giving me crap about Brock. What's up with that?
Oh, that's Sensei Kim.
Wait, what?
He's a good guy. He deals with sort of the food drives at the church. Gives stuff out every Sunday.
Oh my!
He's the sensei of the Crimson Dragon Dojo.
Oh my God! And he works here. What? Why does he work here if he runs a karate dojo?
Said
that makes no sense.
Said, dude, even I got 2 jobs.
Yeah, I guess that works. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, like just a joint.
Goes, can't convince you to take an E?
Whatever, I don't care. Just like I just want this to stop sucking, I say.
he goes, stronger then. Yeah, and he passes you an E and says, take one of these.
Okay. And I, whatever. I pop it in my mouth and I, crunch down on it with my teeth and then dry swallow it.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, so you're going, are we going to that stupid dance together or what?
Like, no, I've already got a date.
And I laugh, and I do that thing where I laugh and slam him in the shoulder and say fuck you, you don't already have a date. Come on.
I'm going with Angelica Davis.
I will roll inner conflict right now. as just sudden, just kind of just blank, inscrutable look on my face, 1,000-yard stare, kind of staring past him into the middle distance. Let's see what we got here. So I'm gonna roll. I'm rolling with wood. This is testing my patience here, I think is what's going on. So we'll roll flat, see what happens. Oh, that's a 10. Nice. So I'm going to mark an XP. Oh, it's going to give me an advance. Nice. I then I go, okay, stud boy, you have a good time with Miss Goody Two Shoes. Oh, don't stand too close to her. Cause and I kind of I make a thing like this, kind of, cause everybody's heard the she threw up on me story, right? I turn and I kind of walk past him and just very casually, with that putter, swing and smash one of the flanges, one of the veins off of the windmill as I walk past, and then take the putter and fling it into the little fake lake, and take the ball and huck it out into traffic as I go walking towards the arcade as the ecstasy kicks in.
Awesome. I think I would like to intercede with, when you get to the arcade, sort of, I think we see probably, so Angelica, who were you looking for? Were you looking for Madison, or you were looking for Dwight?
It's the decision.
No, it's one of these things.
Made your decision. Yeah, we're coming back to you to say, what did you decide?
Yeah, this is very much like montage because I'm walking across the place.
Mm-hmm.
What I actually want to do is, ideally I want to say, I want to ask her out at the prom. It's specifically I want to make a scene. So it's this kind of I want to make it, rather than asking her out now, I actually want to ask her out later.
Cool, that's fine.
But if that's okay to go with that, Anderson? Or?
Yeah, that's absolutely
sure,
fine.
as long as you ask her out.
Okay, cool. The scene would be, so I find Madison and I say, so you're going to the prom, just in passing. Are you going to go to the prom then, as you're passing the arcade machine?
I think you come into the arcade and I am kicking someone's ass in Mortal Kombat. Oh, it's got to be one of Anderson's friends, one of Anderson's little friends. And I'm just as you walk up, I'm pulling his skull out of his body or something like that, I hold out a hand for pay up, and he drops a couple of quarters into it, and I kiss him as he does. I kiss the quarters, oh, Angelica, Shouldn't you be studying right now?
It's like I said, shouldn't you be studying? It's the tournament coming up soon, isn't it, Madison?
I am practicing, I say, and I point at the Mortal Kombat machine.
You're doing really well.
Yes, so I'm totally going to do a fatality on Tommy.
And like goes off, and she sort of smiles and goes, "So are you going to the? Are you going to go to the ball then?"
I guess. Why do you fucking care?
I'm interested. I think it's going to be a good evening. And she pats her on the shoulder.
A good evening. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it'll be lovely. We can bring scones and have a tea party.
She sort of smiles, and she's trying to remember the whole tea party. I said, I can get tea. There's a bit of slang I could use here based upon, and she kind of runs through and then just gives up and tries her best nonchalant shrug. I'll see you there, Madison. Enjoy yourself.
Yes. Have fun with Dwight.
Yeah. I would normally say inner conflict here, but it's like I don't think there's much inner conflict. She feels she's like moving glacially through the world in this way. In that she's for once, how to phrase this, she feels like she's in control for the first time in a long time. And she's always good when she's revising for a test. Yeah.
Cool. So as Angelica exits the scene, Tommy arrives and pushes Carl away from the Mortal Kombat and takes up the position playing against you. He goes, sorry I hit you so hard, Madison.
I don't think that you are. You know how you could prove it though?
How?
I kind of take my hands off the controls and I turn to him and I put my fists on my on my waist and I say, the guy who runs the go-karts was giving me shit about Brock Hunter. If you taught him a lesson, then, well, I would forgive you.
Sure. I can do that. Do you want to, go to the dance with me?
Oh my God. Do I ever? Hang on though. I wanna see this when you teach this guy a lesson. So can you do it right now?
Sure. So does anyone any other scenes they want before we have this one? Because it's likely to close down this act.
I wanna. It's after someone has embarrassed themselves or offended someone. It's not before. So it has to be after.
I think we've sort of we've got the cake, right? Your mom's there, everyone's there. Brock stands up and he points to you and goes, "Hey, birthday boy, I hope this is a party because I brought the lunch and the birthday cake." And everyone starts clapping, at which point we sort of see Frank Kim making his way towards Brock and says, "Mr. Hunter, I would like a word, please." And that's the point where we see Tommy full Van Damme style come over with a flying kick, knocking Kim to the ground. How do William and Angelica react? Let's do Angelica first. Tommy has just taken down your sensei with a sucker kick. Yeah, put your... You've muted yourself again.
The inability to press a button. Tommy!
By you muting yourself over and over, I think it's inner conflict.
It is. It's very complicated feelings right now. Immediately, I imagine just diving in the middle between the two of them. in this. I've picked up wax on, wax off as a defense move now.
Cool.
So it's like it's literally is this kind of like, you know, if Kim was actually my sensei was standing up, he'd be very impressed with my form right now.
Well, I think to sort of call back to what happened as Tommy comes in flying, the technique that Kim taught William comes to bear, and he sends Tommy spiraling through the air and through the birthday cake, covering everyone with cake and fizzing candles.
Sounds like he
William?
embarrassed himself.
Well, yeah. William, how are you going to react?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I see this sucker attack, I just start running. I just start running forward. But I think I'm a little farther than Angelica.
Yeah.
So Tommy goes flying before I get there, and I take a position between Tommy and Sensei.
Anderson, Tommy has just gone through your birthday cake.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to roll after someone has
Yeah.
embarrassed themselves or offended someone else. On a hit, it is simple in the fiction. You may edit or redact something said into the kindest compliment. Let's see what happens. And I will roll with. It's all part of the plan, so it's continue to be wood. That's 7. That's 8. So I am going to burn my bond with Tommy to get it into a 10. Let's see what it does, because it might change things. On 8 is simply in the fiction. You may edit or redact something said into the kindest compliment. If it is failed interaction test, on a hit you reduce the effect, but it's not. Depending on the situation, a 10 plus may skip over it completely. So it's kind of what I want to do.
What do you want to happen in the fiction? What are you trying?
You
to
said
change?
Tommy's basically running at him.
Yeah.
And like he just switched it around and crushed Tommy into the ice cream, to the cake.
To the cake, yeah.
Yeah, I want him to not like he didn't do it to the cake. He just kind of stopped him on the spot, because he's not gonna kick someone.
Okay, so yeah, he in fact in that case, rather than going flying into the cake, we diffuse that situation.
He just falls down.
Yeah, where Kim just sort of slightly sidesteps and Tommy overshoots but hits the ground on his feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand.
Still an attack and all that, so it keeps all the stuff, but not completely embarrassed. And it happened because as he was running, I know Kim, obviously. I know everyone. I yelled like Kim as he turns and see that it's coming. So he was more prepared, so he could just do that. Just less embarrassment to everyone.
Grand. So that sort of at the moment of that scene where everyone looks at each other, and Kim looks at Brock and says, "That is the second attack from your students this evening. I would suggest that the karate that you're teaching is bad." And he sort of looks him up and down and goes, "Who the hell are you?" William, do you want to interact at this point or do anything?
It's like I step forward and I say, "That's an Olympic champion. You show him some respect."
He goes, "Whoa, you're that Frank Kim?" He goes, "Whoa, you used to be something. What happened to you, man?"
Yeah, because he's totally wearing the shirt that shows he works at the park and stuff. Yeah, oh my God.
I didn't know you were working here. Olympic hero and all that. I'd have got you doing meet and greets, not doing the go-karts. And he sort of turns around and looks at everyone and says, "Let this be a lesson to everyone that Brock Hunter's a decent guy. even if one of my employees gives me a lip like this, I'm going to ensure that he's looked after. We're going to promote this guy. We're going to make sure that he's well looked after. Not every theme park that's got an Olympic hero, not an American one, obviously, but still an Olympic hero working for you. I think Kim looks and sort of takes off his name badge and puts it down and says, I have too much honor to associate with people like you, and walks out. And I think that closes down the scene. Okay, let's take 5 minutes and come back at 1:30 for our last hour of play, where we'll go to the dance and go straight into that scene. Okay, so we got half an hour left of play this evening. So I think, as I say, I misread my clock, but I took a break then because I thought we had an hour, but it's half an hour. So what we will do is give a sort of a closing scene to each player to figure out what happens after this showdown between the two senseis, and then next time we're picking up with the dance, which we'll say is a week or two later, and the competition will be a week or two later after that, and break them into the two parts like we've done a 2-act game this evening. So when you saw all of this go down, William, what did you do later that evening when your sensei leaves and puts their badge and they've quit their job and just sort of is walking away with dignity?
It's like I walk up to Sensei and I tell him, I promise you, Sensei, I'm going to win the All Valley tournament. I'm going to beat Tommy, and I'm going to show that our dojo has the right philosophy.
Madison, how did you react when Tommy's tried this move to take out the guy?
My immediate was like, get him out of there.
I know. Sorry, Madison. That was for. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
So, I'm not actually there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not there when it happens. Like I am maybe like, I'm like, oh. Yeah, I think that I think I'm just hanging out in the arcade, because the lights and the noise and like this is as close as I'm going to get to a rave. Is on the Molly that I'm on right now is hanging around the arcade. So like I think I am playing I am totally playing DDR when someone comes like running up to me, oh my God, did you hear what happened? Like I stop and I turn around and I say, did Tommy get his ass kicked? And and like when they tell me, no, it was all about Mr. Kim, whatever, quit and everything and stuff. And like, and then I like, and I kind of like my face falls. But then I just shrug and I go back to playing DDR.
Angelica, let's go.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
I think I want to roll inner conflict.
Sure.
Because I was sure what was going to happen was that like Tommy was going to step up on him and get his ass kicked. Like just like get the shit beat out of him.
I did save someone some embarrassment.
By Mr. Kim. But like now, like Tommy's not in trouble. Mr. Kim lost his job. Like Brock was acting like a douche. All this kind of stuff. So like I wanted to make trouble, but this is not the trouble that I wanted to make.
Okay. Choose your element and let's roll some inner conflict.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. I think this is definitely this is fire, because like I was kind of thinking, I was sort of thinking on the fly when he came up to me, and I think I'm still, like I said, I'm still pretty high right now. So, oh, that's a 4. Yeah, that's bad.
So do take 2 XP, and I'm gonna hold that hard move for
Feel
next
free.
time.
Should I mark fire or?
Yeah, I think the that and the ecstasy is hitting you hard.
Yeah. Okay. Well, or it's wearing off.
One of the two. It's certainly bringing you down. So I've got a hard move to use on both of the Joneses. How could that possibly go wrong?
What did I ever do to you?
You rolled less than a 6.
Yeah, and like so then I think the final thing there is like, oh shit, and like the DDR screen is like, whatever it is when you like completely fuck up the dance and like, you've lost your quarter. Last thing we see is like me standing there like with my hands on that rail, and behind me the screen is like, you failed. So yeah.
Angelica.
I've got an idea for something like a final scene.
Yeah.
Like, it stopped me if I'm overreaching slightly into an NPC action. I just think it's like, I want to float the idea. On the way home, and I'm just like exploding at Tommy. This is just not. You can't do this. And I'm stopping just sort of. You have no idea how hard it is for me to look after you. I don't say that, but I'm just stumbling over it all the way. And the second we get home, Mum's in the door, holding the spliff that she of course found. And what the hell is this in your room, Angelica? And I'm sitting there like trying to work out what to say, and Tommy says, "It's mine. I hid it there."
I am more than happy that's the sort of thing I think Tommy would do for you.
And that's just sort of, I look over him, and at that moment of like, wait, so he's protecting me. This is just not how it works, or it's. And then that's sort of the fade to black there. I could definitely do an inner conflict role there if you felt it was appropriate. But
no, I'm happy. Well, yeah. Let's see if you do, because if you fail, I'm going to hold a hard move and mark a condition, an element even.
Cool. 7. Also, I did say what I was rolling. Doesn't matter anyway. I would be. I guess I would have been rolling with water again. It's all about wisdom, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So if it was a 7, that takes you down to a 6 then, right?
Yeah. It's just like giving you a hard move.
Well, do mark your 2 XP, and I'll hold hard move against.
That sounds good.
You just keep getting those.
And as you sort of the bawling out that goes on from your mom and your dad, Tommy, the next couple of hours is intense. And then sort of Tommy's in tears when he's your parents have stopped, and he sort of says and looks at you and says, "I just keep getting it wrong, Angelica. I just want to help people. I thought I was doing the right thing when Madison asked me to take out that old guy."
And that's like, the cut I would like in the movie is literally
that is your hard move.
Yeah, me inhaling deeply and about to scream. Then you cut to blam me.
And literally, you froze for a second there, and that was boom.
I commit.
Yeah. And Anderson, where do you end? What's your closing scene?
I don't have any like really good ones. I'm just thinking about how do I keep getting all that information about everything and everyone. And you see, like, all my friends that I've been around with, like the ones Madison was beating up in that game, and the ones that, like, where everyone like come and tell me everything they know, everything they've seen through the evening. And I hear that Madison is probably there, like. So you see me walking towards the arcade event, like they come give me information and stuff, all for my evil plots and schemes. And I start walking towards the arcade. I guess the audience could assume I'm going to help Madison, like, up before our mother, who's there, is going to see her. But yeah.
Cool. So, I think as you, I think we'll close down on that with one small final revelation where we see the prison gates closing behind Chuck Jones, who's just got out of jail and is holding a newspaper from a few days before with his kids and his wife on them. And he goes, All Valley Championship, hey. And we'll roll credits there. So let's go through and check your entanglements, folks. Does anyone feel? Let's go for William to begin with. Stephen, do you hit with William? Do you think you hit one, both?
I certainly hit the first one where I was torn between Madison and Olivia. And second one, my sensei has passed me over in favor of Angelica. I think I hit that one. I'm not sure.
You got in trouble, and he's sort of trying to pull you back. So I think that came in because he confronted your bad attitude, right? So I'm happy to say that you hit both of those. Anderson?
I think I hit the first one, but I don't know about the second. I mean, I kept trying to destroy Tommy's life, but I don't think May will finally notice me because of it.
Well, May might be notice you, but I think again your master plans are falling together. So I think yes, you probably do those.
How much XP is that?
That's 3 in total.
That's exactly.
Angelica?
I'm not sure if I've hit either of them dead on. I mean, I'm certainly working towards both of them. I think there's kind of like there's so much Madison stuff, and there's so much attempts to be bad, and there's a lot of protecting Tommy. There's definitely like I definitely got some ideas how I want to change the entanglements next time. Though
I think you've been trying to protect Tommy. That's been a part of how you've reacted, and a lot of your drives for why you did what you've done in the game have been about impressing Madison for some god and for no reason. Yeah, again, I feel that you've probably hit both of those.
Cool.
And Madison?
Oh yeah, I used to date Tommy, but I've fallen in love with Angelica. Yes, absolutely, I did that. Like all kinds of like Tommy, Angelica conflict back and forth. And my friend Olivia doesn't have any self-control and may want to train them. I think I'll be changing that next time, but that was a definite thing this time. So yeah, for sure.
So you can have 3 as well. Okay, let's do just a round then of stars and wishes for the last 15 minutes then, folks. And I will go in reverse order there. Stars first and then wishes, please, folks. So Jim, anything you want to call out that you enjoyed this evening?
Oh my God, Stephen. Like, of course I'm not good enough for her, but I'm going to do my best. It was just like, like my heart just did that. That was awesome. So like walking away high point of the game for me this evening. That was wonderful. Do we want to do wishes going back the other way, or
we'll do
should I
wishes.
just-
We'll do stars up and then wishes back down the other way. Yeah. So let's do. So that's your call out. Star, Kieran. You're muted, my friend.
Stars for everyone. Rainbows, like stars falling over like a game of Rainbow Islands in the late 80s. Like just one of the most. Erez, you're a monster. Oh, sorry, Anderson's a monster.
No, it's Harris. Henderson was supposed to be a nice guy.
But like generally the amount of like Loki-esque mischievousness going on. Well, yeah, like the thing about William that genuinely it's the tragic hero, and it kind of like I was trying to work out who's the actual protagonist in this, and I think Poppy's thought it was Tommy. Tommy's actually genuinely the good person. You know, William and Tommy need to actually get together and be like bros. Madison is a monster, and like I wrote a bunch of one-liners down. Last Little Longer was great. Are you the guy who runs the go-karts? Was another particular bit of cruelty. And you know, David, you're mixing this up delightfully. There's all sorts of genre elements, and it's a real Katamari of horror going on. So I'm loving it.
Awesome, thank you. Erez, any stars?
Stars all around. Everyone were like getting away from my plans all the time. It was annoying. Stars to Steven, yeah, with the whole Olivia thing. That was cool. And stars to Jim for being an evil bitch. Yeah, and stars to Kieran for being a loving bitch.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
we'll see how it goes from there.
Stephen, anything you'd like to call out?
I mean, stars to everyone. I mean, I agree that Madison was a standout this session. Just pure evil. And David, I really loved what you did with Frank Kim. He's turning into such a fun character. And yeah.
Cool. Well, let's go back in. Oh, sorry, Stephen.
No, I was about to start on wishes.
Yeah.
We're going back around. It's
Yes,
like,
please.
yeah. I mean, I want to see the dance. I want to see something. I want to see something horrible happen at the dance, and to just have it devolve into complete chaos in some way. And I want to see the tournament.
Hey, I've still got a hard move against one of the. Well, I've still got a hard move against Erez, and I have a plan.
No, not against me. You don't have one against me. You have one against Madison and Angelica.
I've just used Madison's one to bring Daddy back into the picture.
Yeah.
Erez, no, sorry, not Erez. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, Erez.
Yeah.
Any wishes?
Well, I want to win the competition. That's important. That's my first wish. And I want to see if Angelica and Madison would work together. I don't think so.
Well, I think we'll see if Madison and Angelica feel the same about each other now. Angelica's realised what's happened.
Yes, I kind of think I want Anderson buried in a shallow grave somewhere. Sorry, no, I want to I really want to see somehow a connection between the dance, as in the dancing, and the combat. You know, I want the actual tournament and the dance off somehow interlinking. I definitely want to fight on the dance floor. You know, and something like objects falling from the ceiling during that. All these kind of visuals just seem to be lying there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everything implode.
That sounds awesome. Jim?
I want to just remind / reiterate / underline that this is going to be an 80s themed dance that we are attending here. So I just want to make sure we put that out there so everyone can start thinking about how they're going to dress for next session.
Has it been sponsored by Brock?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I definitely want to have at least a little bit of though, like even if it's only just a couple of minutes of seeing how the one-on-one with May is going, developing, how seriously I'm taking it, how seriously she's taking it, and have that be, and what other people finding out about it and what they think of it and the complications that will ensue from that. I want to make sure that doesn't just get shunted to the side because we've got all this other fun stuff going on.
Yeah, we'll make sure we got some vignettes of the training as well. But I love the idea that we sort of open in the dance, have some vignettes in between that, and then move towards the tournament. So I think we can slide those in appropriately in the flow of the game. So thanks everyone for a wonderful set of characters. I'm going to stop recording here.